looking just for an update on Justin Herbert, Taylor Alley, and then regardless of their availability, moving forward this week, do you expect a guy like Dimitri Birch to maybe get some more time? Just your plan for depth at that position?
First, I would like to say our thoughts and prayers are with the folks in Vegas. Sad day. And we pray that things get better. Pray that this world get better. But Justin will be out for a while. His injury the other night will have him out for a while. Alana, he'll be out for the season at linebacker for us with a fractured ankle. And then from there on, everybody else is day to day. So we heal a little differently, and the guys will be rehabbing. There's some good trainers and doctors, and they'll do a good job of getting our guys ready to play. Quarterback position, we have some guys that's played the position and can run the offense, and we feel good about and think they'll do a good job for us. So that's kind of where we're at there.
With the Herbert injury, obviously, you don't just kind of shrug off a star quarterback being out. How do you address that to your team in terms of how you're going to move forward, and what'd you tell your guys when that the injury news came down?
Next guy up. That's it. We're not going to sit around and feel sorry for ourselves. Washington State or anyone else is not going to feel sorry for us. So next guy up. We got to go practice and make sure we're ready to play.
Willie, how far has Braxton Burmeister come along this fall, and do you feel like he's a guy, if you decide to play him, that could run the entire offense?
Braxton's he's gotten better ever since the spring, when he was in the spring, and each week he continued to get better. Same as Taylor and Mike Irwin and anyone else we've had back there. I think all those guys have made improvements, and with reps, that's what happens. Guys get better, and yes, I do think Braxton or Taylor or whomever we put in there can go in there and run our offense.
Hey, Coach. Specifically, what does Braxton bring to the table compared to someone like Taylor?
He's young. Taylor's older. They both are smart guys. They both are guys that their entire team loves to be around. They're both athletic. Other than age, they can do what we need for them to do at the quarterback position.
Jake Hansen's role of pre-checks and getting the offense all lined up before the snap increase with Justin out, and especially maybe with a true freshman like Braxton having to play?
No, we don't have that kind of offense. Where that guy got to make it for the quarterbacks or anything. All our guys know exactly what they're supposed to do, and they go out to do it. I think Jake Hansen's role as an experienced offensive lineman, him along with the other offensive linemen and guys that's played a lot of football, their role is to do their jobs a lot better than what they've been doing. And I think we saw that Saturday night in the second half. I think you saw a football team that realized that everybody got to give a little more, and that's what we got. It's a little more out of everyone.
Willie, I know you weren't here last season, but already so far this year we've seen the defense make some tremendous strides in that area. From your eyes, what's working really well this season? Is it just Jim Levitt and the staff having a better opportunity to sort of work with the defense on that side?
Well, Jim has been successful everywhere he's been and have a great defensive mind, and he's surrounded with some really talented defensive coaches who's done a great job with all the guys. You think about what Keith Hayward and Charles has done with the secondary, those young guys playing back there. It's big time. You think about what Joe is doing with the D linemen, some young guys playing. It's big time. I think you get some really good coaching from all of those guys, and Jim's done a great job of putting our guys in good position to make plays and making sure they're disciplined and having them playing hard and aggressive. And it's paying off for us, and the guys are having fun. I think we all see that they all having fun playing with one another, and each week they're getting better and gaining confidence, and that's what's really exciting to see out of our guys.
Sticking with the defense, Hollins and Jelks have been playing really well the last couple of weeks. Curious your thoughts on them, and then also just the importance of Mondu. Seems like he's maybe not getting the stats, but he's having a big impact.
Well, I personally feel like Mondu and Jelks has been playing on another level these last couple of games. Those guys have really stepped their games up and giving our defense a lot of energy and playmaking out there. And Justin has come along as well. You know, those guys have played a lot of football and again, they're having fun and they're showing their athleticism out there. But the thing I love about them is they all playing with passion and with a purpose, you know, along with Troy Dye and a lot of those guys. Each one of them, each week they're getting better, but they playing with passion. They playing together, and it's great to see different guys stepping up and making plays for us.
Willie, to the untrained eye, it looked like Blake Rugraff was really ready to go and take advantage of his opportunity. What did you see reviewing his performance, and who are some other guys now that have to help out inside?
Blake, he's a smart kid, a kid that loves to play the game of football, and he's done some great things for us on special team. And we knew if we had to put him in, he'll be ready to play. And of course, when you go in, you knew there's going to be some mistakes, but Blake played with great effort, and a lot of time playing with great effort makes up for some of the mistakes that you made. We still have Troy. We have Jimmy Swain. He's a guy that's gonna have to step up, be ready to play, and go from there.
Coach, as an offensive guy, I'm curious how well you know Mike Leach. What do you think of his offense at Washington State, and what kind of challenge is that going to be to slow the Cougs down? They haven't had a lot of success at that here the last couple of years.
Well, I don't know Coach Leach really well. I know him from our meetings that we've had here. I know he's a great offensive-minded coach. He's done a great job at Washington State. He's done a great job everywhere he's been. Offensive genius and great quarterback. He usually have a lot of those and some really talented receivers out there. But how we're going to start, we got to play our defense, and we're going to play with great passion and like we've been doing. And everybody's got to do their jobs. You know, we can't reinvent the wheel, and we got to play hard and make the plays when they're there. You know, but we know it's going to be a challenge, another opportunity for our defense to play against a top quarterback, a guy that will be playing on Sundays. I think our guys will be fired up about it. Another great opportunity to go against a guy like that. That's pretty cool. You don't get to do that each and every week, and when you do, you should get fired up, and I know our guys will be fired up for it.
Hey, Coach, going off of that, what do you think Luke Falk's greatest threat is?
He's smart. He understands their offense. Quick release, very accurate. He can make all the throws out there. He's tough. He's a stud. You know, the kids. And you look at his stats. I mean, it says it all. You watch the film. He have a great understanding of what they're doing offensively, and you see that just by his reaction when the ball snaps. He's never panic or anything. He understands where the guy's going to be. If they're not there the first time, he knows the next window they're going to be in, and that's the challenge. And it's going to be important that we get to the quarterback, you know, because they're dangerous.
Other side of the ball for Washington State doesn't get a lot of praise, I guess, nationally, but the defense seemed to frustrate Darnold pretty good last week. Just what's your assessment of Washington State's defense?
They're very aggressive. They do a lot of movement before the snap. They'll stem a lot, and then after the snap of the ball, they D-line do a lot of movement. They're gonna slant an angle and bring a little pressure and just try to confuse you up front. And they're pretty good at doing it, of affecting people when they do it. So it's gonna be another challenge, great challenge for our O-line going up against their D-line, but they do a great job defensively in their scheme, and both offensively and defense. You can tell they understand who they are and what they do and what they want to be, and they do a good job at doing it. So really good football team. Overall, is going to be a great challenge for the Ducks, a challenge that we're excited about, and we're really excited to have them here in Oxon. I think that'll help us big time. I think that helped us big time last week. Our fans and how rowdy they were in there, especially our student section. I thought our student section was awesome. You know, they was rocking and rolling, swag surfing, and just I really think that helped our guys in that football game, considering all the injuries and things that happened. I think that really gave them some extra energy to go out there and finish that ball game, and that was great to see. It was a great environment to be a part of, and I want to thank our students and all of our fans for being there, not only being there, but being rowdy, and we're going to need that this week as well.
Brady Breeze named Special Teams Player of the Week. What did he do? What has he done this season? Seems like hear a lot about him on special teams. And do you see him factoring in on the defense potentially in weeks moving forward? I do. I think that you're seeing a lot of guys that's making plays on special team tend to end up playing positions for us. And Brady's a guy that's he had been injured early in training camp and just getting himself back in football shape, and we knew he can be dangerous for us on special teams, and it was great to have him and Blake both out there competing against each other out on special teams and having fun doing it. You know, Brady was making plays out there and celebrating, excited, sprinting to the sideline. I heard him one time where he got ticked off because the announcer mistakenly called one of the tackles for Blake, and he was upset. He was like, "You got to be kidding me! That was my tackle," you know. And that was pretty cool to hear that as he was coming off. It was important to him. He wanted it, but it's good to see him out there having fun. And I know Brady was excited for his first game to be played in Oxon Stadium, where he grew up and dreamed of playing in that stadium. So I knew when he got his opportunity, he was going to give us everything he had, and we expect more of that from him.
Any different demeanor from Braxton in practice last night, or has he been pretty consistent mentally where you want to be all year?
Braxton is Braxton. Braxton never get too high, never get too low, and he always walk around with a little pep in the step, you know. So Braxton's been Braxton, and I'm sure him and the rest of the guys are excited about, again, an opportunity to go out and help this football team. And I'm excited for those guys. You got to be kidding me. Get to come to college. I get a chance to go and help a big-time program win some games. You got to love it, baby.
Braxton was so dangerous in the spring with his running skills out in the open field. How's he kind of progressed as a passer since then?
He had a better understanding of what we're doing in the pass game in the spring. He really didn't know anything. I mean, he came a few days before spring practice started, so he was way behind and wasn't sure where guys were going to be. And now he have a better understanding of the offense and what we're trying to do out of our offense, and so that helps. You know, that helps with his confidence, and then it allowed him to go out and play fast and execute. Braxton can throw the football, and he can run the football, and it's great when you can do them both. And same, I think Taylor the same way, you know, can do the same thing. So be excited, be fun.
Willie, you said Justin was going to be out for a while. Does that mean there's a chance he could be back this season at some point?
Absolutely. We heal differently around here. We're not like the normal Joe. We're a little different.
Coach, kind of along that same line, can you address Charles Nelson, when he might be back, Jacob, and Dylan Mitchell?
Mm-hmm.
And can you confirm, was it a broken collarbone for Justin?
It was a fracture to his collarbone, and all those guys, other guys you named off, are day to day. Anybody else? All righty. Can't wait this Saturday. Should be fun.